Hey, what's up? I'm Scotty Young. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thanks for coming back. Today, we're going to show you, no, not we, it's just me, just in here by myself, except Kyle's over there too. Today, I'm going to show you guys the cover process for Fantastic Four number 25, from thumbnails to pencils to inks, and then show you guys the colors and letters at the end as well. So we're just going to run through that process. Let's go take a look. Let's go take a look. No, let's go watch. Fantastic Four number 1 is one of those iconic covers that has been homaged so many times by so many great artists, and I've got a couple of them here. I've always wanted to homage it myself. I just felt like, oh my gosh, I don't know that I'm ever going to be able to top what everybody else has done. So when I was going to do this Fantastic Four number 25 cover, I thought this is my chance to not homage it, but do a play on the homage cover. I came up with this, the idea that I'm going to draw here today. So I'm going to go through some process stuff here. This is a program called Sketchbook Pro. This is the program I draw almost everything in. And you can see here I'm doing my thumbnail. You can see how small, how far I pan back to get the general sketch, the idea. This is so I don't have to focus on the drawing. I won't get lost in the drawing. I'm just looking for shapes. I'm looking for posture. I'm looking for gesture, and mostly composition. You can see here I'm dividing that cover up into thirds a little bit. You know, got a little bit of a 70-30 rule, which is I kind of live by, you know, 70% negative, 30% full. That's kind of the way I roll usually when I'm thinking about composition and things for these covers. Once I get the thumbnail done, I zoom in a little bit so I can start laying these characters out. And I'm just getting big blocky shapes and trying to figure it out. You can see I'm going to erase a couple times here and there. This is where I just start drawing it. Again, Sketchbook Pro, pencil that I've customized myself that I like. That's, you know, I'm a pretty heavy-handed artist, so if it's too dark, the images get too black too quick for me. So I lighten everything up a little bit. So as I get heavier, it just stays consistent and I can see it. But yeah, so this is the stage where I just detail out the drawing. As most of you know, if you've been checking out my covers over the years, I'm less concerned with showing you how good a drawing can be or flexing those skills all over the place. I'm just much more interested in the gag, in the humor of things, and I get to have a lot of fun with these little Marvel covers, the young variants. So it's my chance to kind of do what I never got to do, which is you know, a comic strip or you know, kind of those Far Side-like jokes where it's a joke in one image. So the gag here for me is I didn't want to do a straight homage, but kind of do a backdoor homage, and that is having the Fantastic Four have an argument with Giganto because he is tired of not getting paid. He needs to start getting compensated for the homages. So I won't ruin the actual joke right now. I'll wait till you can see Nate Picos's amazing letters at the end. But that's the intention of this gag here. Now that I have it all drawn up, I take that file, save it, I pop it over into Photoshop, and this is where I'm going to colorize it. Now, pause this here for a second and see what the adjustments I do on this adjustment layer to make it blue. We're going to get ready to print this. I do an adjustment layer, the hue and saturation adjustment layer. I click the colorize box. My hue is at 200. My saturation is at 100. And my lightness, I usually put at 90. You could put it at 80, 85 if you need to see the lines a little bit darker. I'm usually okay. I like to make a lot of things up in the ink anyway, so I usually just let that go. But if you need to see those numbers, just hit pause right there. I also select the whole canvas and I do a stroke, a black box around the thing. So when I print that out, I know where the borders of the cover are. I just use regular Bristol board, Strathmore Bristol board, smooth paper. It's heavy duty, 2-ply, maybe something like that. But you can get it on Amazon or any art supply store, local art supply store. I have a Brother printer scanner, large format printer scanner that takes the paper just fine, prints that out. You can see here, I just pop it on there, hit print, and it prints out great. And now I'm just going to ink. And you guys know by now, you've seen me do this a couple times on videos, so there's not a ton to talk about as far as the actual technique. But this is a Kuretake number 13 brush. I fill it with Speedball Super Black. That's what I'm inking with here today. So yeah, it's pretty much the same as the other videos that you've seen me do, inking away with that. Not a lot to say here, so enjoy, and I'll jump in at the end about some colors and letters. And that's it. It's all wrapped up. It's the inks. So now it's time to color. Sometimes I color these completely on my own, depending on where my schedule is and how much I have going on that week. A good amount of these, I've had a lot of help from my friend Jeremy Treese. We've known each other for almost 20 years. He's a fantastic cartoonist, has a lot of cool stuff over at crisishour.net. He does a lot of cool comics and webcomics and just really cool art, and he's a really good colorist, and he's been helping me out with these covers for years. Then I hit up my partner in crime on all of my creator-owned books over at Image, which is Nate Picos from Blambot, and I asked him if he would throw some of his amazing talents at this cover for the letters. So he brings the joke home with his amazing, amazing letters, and here you have the final cover for Fantastic Four number 25. Hope you guys enjoyed this process video. Subscribe, run over to ScottyYoung.com for some prints and books and all the goodies that we have over there. And subscribe to the newsletter so you can find out when my commission lists open, if they ever do, find out about new products, convention appearances, if that ever becomes a thing ever again in the world. But there you go. All right. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you guys next time.